All right, so I want to talk to you guys real quick. So as you know, in my last video, I told you I was got my book, Semen Retention. So I want to talk with you guys a little bit about what I'm studying and the journey that I'm on in terms of like, retaining your seed. So what is it? Proverbs 31 verse 3. You guys go check this out yourself. It says, "Do not squander," depending on which version you're reading. It says, "Do not waste, do not spend, do not squander your vigor on women." And the word vigor is interesting because vigor, it's actually talking about semen retention. Like if you look at the word vigor, it's talking about it's not necessarily a physical strength, but more of like a spiritual strength. Vigor means your youthness, your vibrancy, uh, your life force. It's talking about your life force, vigor, right? Your power, your potency. Do not squander that on women. Do not waste that on women. Paul talks about semen retention in First Corinthians chapter 7. He talks about, "I wish all of you were like me," and he goes into, and he's talking about like, uh, in terms of like sexual uh, activities. He says, I wish you were all like me," but everyone has their different gifts. So semen retention is a gift. To be able to control the libido, the sexual drive, your sex drive, it is a gift from God to be able to control it and tame it and keep it subdued. So yeah, I'm reading up on this stuff, and it's interesting. It's interesting stuff. So I want to share that with you as I'm on my journey. To share that with you, any brothers out there who's looking to learn to control themselves and not be not it says this in Proverbs, same Proverbs 31, I believe, verse 3. It talks about squandering your vigor. It ruins the lives of kings. I'm gonna say that again. It ruined the lives of kings, and in modern day language, it just simply means chasing women, chasing a nut, right? Always, it's not saying you shouldn't have sex. It's talking about promiscuity, being promiscuous, promiscuity, just chasing, just trying to get a nut off, constantly trying to get a nut off. It ruins kings. This is Proverbs 31 verse 3. It says it ruins kings. It destroys kings. Uh, so it's important that I share this with you guys. It's phosphorus. Phosphorus is a chemical. As I'm reading the book here, it talks about phosphorus, which is a chemical with the element atomic number 15. It's a chemical element that's found in the semen, and it actually travels up from your testicles into the brain, into particularly your endocrine system. There's an organ in the brain called the hypothalamus, and it's considered the master key in the brain because that gland, or that cognitive area in the brain, the hypothalamus, is considered the master key because it works with the pituitary gland, and from that it feeds all the other glands in your body. Your body has 9 glands: adrenaline gland, thalamus, all these other glands. So the not the pineal, the pituitary gland is considered the master key because it feeds all the other glands. But the point is, phosphorus is considered a light bearer. It's if you look up the etymological definition, its origin, it means light bearer. It means morning star, and it's a chemical chemical element, which is a creative energy that's in your body. Uh, but we squander it, right? Why do we squander it? Because every time you have sex and you ejaculate, it takes 64 days for the what's called spermatogenesis, which is just it's a fancy name. Spermatogenesis is a fancy name for the reproductive cycle, the cycle of cell reproduction. So when you release, it takes literally 2 months and 4 days for a full recycling of your sperm cells. So from inception to maturity, a mature cell, it takes 64 days. That's 2 months and 4 days. So just imagine if you're having a lot of sex, right? Every time you release, it's going to take you. So if you have sex, let's say twice in a week, right? This is using number twice. That means it's going to take you 4 months, right? Let me see, 60 and 60. Yeah, yeah. So it's 2 months for every time you ejaculate. It takes 2 months to reproduce the sex cells that you released. It takes 2 months. So if you do it one time, that's 60 days, right? If you do it two times, that's 120 days, right? And technically speaking, it's 128 because it's 64 days. So you would take 4 months, right? 4 months and basically 8 days, just for you for the spermatogenesis, that one cycle to where you reproduce those cells, those sex cells, the sperm cells that you released. It takes 4 months if you have sex twice. So just keep it simple. Every time you ejaculate one time, it's 2 months to get that back, right? That little ooze that you release, it takes you 2 months and 4 days to get that back. Just let that. Just think about it. So if you're having sex a lot, and knowing phosphorus is within your semen. I mean, some other areas is in your bones as well, but your semen is a component that carries phosphorus to the brain and to your whole your other like your DNA, right? And remember, we use 4% of our DNA. 96% of your DNA is considered junk DNA. Like, you can research that. So phosphorus, which is in the semen, which is considered a light carrier, light bearer, energizes your DNA. It energizes its energetic value. In terms of its energetic value, people like what's his name, Beethoven understood this, and Nikola Tesla understood this. What are some of the other greats? Michelangelo understood this. A lot of the greats, right, over the centuries, the ancients understood this, and they were called alchemists. Because I'm reading this book here, so all the stuff, right? And the alchemists understood that they could take lead and turn it into gold, but it was metaphor. Lead to gold, literal and metaphoric. The metaphor is that you can use this creative energy, life force, this power that's in your semen by letting it stay in the body and run throughout, your several chakras, your meridians, throughout your blood, your whole body. And not only does it benefit you biologically, but the energetic energy, the creative force itself will unlock, the meridians, which is the chakras that's in your body that's locked, which is energy portals locked up, right? They're clogged from all of the stuff that we do, the drinking, the smoking, the partying, the fornication, the pornography, the just life, right? Going to work, the train, riding the train. Like, there's so much. It's called ether, energy that's around you that blocks up your portals, and mental health, right? This is why people suffer from mental health. This is why people jump off buildings. This is why people abuse themselves with all kinds of drugs, right? Because their portals are blocked. They don't have what's called flow. So what the ancients knew, and what they found out, whether it was Hermes Trismegistus, Thoth, right? You had the Greek was Hermes Trismegistus. The Egyptian was Thoth. They understood this, and they were able to. They were called the followers of this were called the alchemists, and they knew how to alchemize this energy. Simply mean, it's take it from its base use. Its base use is for sex. It's to reproduce, and there's nothing wrong with reproduction. That's why I'm here, and that's why you're here. But they understood that they can alchemize it, meaning they can use it in other areas of their lives for nobler causes. So rather than just have sex for the sake of pleasure, they would take that same sex drive, which is a force, and they would transmute it. And transmute just simply means to use it for a nobler cause. Transform it from its base, normal use, to a higher, nobler cause, meaning improve your life, create, add to society, add to the world, by means of music, painting, poetry, whatever it is you're doing. So they would use it in their artistic way, architectural way, whatever. They would use it in their business way. And so, yeah, brothers, if you're out there, if you like what I'm saying, hit the like button, leave a comment. Till next time, I'm not finished the book, so I'll make some more videos. I'll be back on here with some more information based off what I'm finding out, and I'll share with you guys. Peace.